Coronation, of course, was the coronation of the Queen. She was being brought into the country as the head of the country. And I think one of the things that my heart kind of went out to, because I was quite young during that time, was the fact that everything that she had to carry looked so heavy. And I just felt like, I hope she doesn't drop any of those. This is little childhood thinking.
Right.
Doesn't drop it. I hope she doesn't drop it next to me. And all of these silly little things that one thinks about. And when she came back from being crowned, the heavy, heavy, heavy crown that was on her head, at least I thought it was heavy.
Yeah.
And she walked very serenely and very stately down that very long Abbey walkway. And oh my goodness, I was just praying that, that crown wouldn't fall off, and the scepter and the orb would still stay in her hands when she was being crowned.
So I imagine, when you're walking, you're dealing with these heavy things, whether you're carrying, if it's on your head, you have to be, from what we see on the outside, if we see pictures, videos, it's like perfect posture, and they can't be, their faces
Everything
very proper, very to the T, right on the money, but probably deep down they're like, oh my gosh, how much longer till I can sit down, because this is like, it's like,
I'm sure she did.
With like a big backpack and all these things they have to like.
Oh, that's true. That's so true.
Oh my gosh.
The thing is, think about how many people are watching.
Right.
Millions and millions and millions of people. And you can't think that way when you're walking down the aisle.
What you're representing,
watching,
you're representing, something that is, very important to a lot of people.
Yes. And, my heart goes out to her right now with the loss of her spouse.
Yeah. That's very, very.
They were very close.
Absolutely.
Yes. But I remember getting back to the coronation.
Yeah.
All I could really see as a small child was the top of everybody's head. They were all wearing beautiful hats, and I was wearing a hat also, even as a small child. But the hats were just beautiful, and I would look at those, and think how pretty they were. And then, of course, my eyes would go back onto the Queen and her entourage.